And back here at Michigan International Speedway, you can see a couple of lads out in the infield section tossing the ball around. Wonder if they watched Barry Bonds hit the 755 last night. I'm sorry, Hank Aaron's still going to be number one with me. I said it last week at the Busch race. I'll say it again. But that's another story for another day. All right, let's talk a little bit more race cars here at Michigan. There is, in the garage area, the number 7 of Danica Patrick. Of course, she too, like Vitor Meira, looking for that all-elusive first win.
Deep down, she wants to be recognized as a winning race car driver first, and then a popular superstar second.
I came to AGR with expectations for sure, and I'm sure that they had theirs in me. So when people ask about the pressure maybe to go out there and win, I say that, yeah, there's more now.
There is Danica. Whoa, and she's in trouble. Hang on to it.
Weldon hit me. Weldon came down.
There's a lot of pressure on her, like I say, because she's not won a race.
It'd be very easy for us to let it destroy the team.
I went to AGRs because I want to win.
I really believe in her. I believe that she can get it done. You know, that's where the pressure is back on us. We got to put her in the right situation, give her the right car to win it.
Here comes Danica Patrick, and she pulls to the rear wing of Tony Kanaan. A 3-horse race with 10 laps remaining in Texas.
She's willing to put in the hard work, and no, it's not going to be easy, but if she works hard, it'll happen.
I'll be disappointed if she doesn't win a race this year, because I think we're capable. But if she doesn't, it's not necessarily going to be her fault.
And as we take a look at Danica's 2007 campaign, the last 6 races have really been where she's been coming on strong.
And I think that's a combination of her getting more comfortable in the team and getting the support from the team and also getting the experience of the drivers. And I think it's all starting to come together for her because the confidence starts to build at that point in time. And I've noticed a difference this year, Marty, that last year everybody said, you know, when they asked you a question, can Danica win? And then everybody wanted an answer to that. And I used to always say, yeah, I think she can when she gets some more experience. But now people come up to you and go, you know something? Boy, she is very aggressive. She's doing a great job. And she's going to win very shortly, isn't she? And I think that's the turn of the tide here just this past year because the confidence level with her, I think, is really coming through.
Well, she also had a great run last time out just 2 weeks ago at Mid-Ohio where she had a career-best road course finish when she came home in 5th. In fact, let's take you back.
You know, and that was the amazing thing to me. Watching her out there in qualifying, she got into the fast 6. And here you can see at the start, she ended up getting bumped and being pushed off. And all that melee that went on in the first turn down at Mid-Ohio. But she regained, she came back, and she was aggressive. This might not have been the Danica Patrick just about a year ago. But now, because of that confidence level, because she feels like she can go out there and get the job done, she's driving the race car harder, not just for segments of the race, but she's now starting to put the whole package together. And that's what you need to be able to be in the position to take that win coming towards the end of the race.
Well, of course, if you remember this time last year, she was in the transition period of making the announcement to leave Ray Hall Letterman, going to Andretti Green Racing. And if you remember, she ran out of fuel here with just a few laps to go, and she let the frustration show through.
Danica Patrick, 16 machine, will slow, and it looks like she will pull off the track in turn number 1.
Danica, she is just furious. She ended up finishing 17th last year in that race, and as you can see, unfortunately, the rain is falling a little harder. Let's talk about her career highlights.
You know, she made a mark for herself back in Japan in 2005, obviously followed it up in Indy just shortly thereafter, and everybody said, boy, she's going to go out there and win a race. Went into what we call maybe a soft time when maybe the results weren't there. Whenever you finish strong, you really want to follow it up strong, and that didn't happen for her sometimes. But as you can see over the couple races, or a couple last races, as we talked about, very strong finishes. But, you know, we talked to her yesterday right after qualifying, Marty, and maybe talking is the wrong term, but we stood there, but she was so focused when she got out of the car qualifying of not having a good run, and you can just see the tension in herself that she puts on herself because she wants to do well in qualifying and also the race. She's just not here to participate. She's here to win.
Well, let's see if she's tense right now. Doesn't look tense. Brianne?
Marty, I think I've got probably the most expensive umbrella holder at the racetrack. Danica Patrick currently keeping us dry as the rain comes down here in the garage area. Yeah, our camera's getting a little wet too. Danica, we were just talking about how last year, this was when you were making the transition over to AGR, and big changes were happening in your racing career.
Yeah.
What has this year been like for you?
It's been a big learning year. I think that's one of the biggest things, is just how much I've been able to pull from my engineers, mine in particular, obviously, and all the drivers. They're all really knowledgeable. They all have a ton of experience, and that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to go somewhere else, was because I needed to expand and learn, and that's what I'm doing, and I think that's really showing. It showed a lot, I think, at Mid-Ohio the last race, and then on the ovals we've just been getting stronger and stronger, so it's working.
We know you had a moment of great frustration here last year, running out of fuel, but how much more confidence would you say you have in your car this year?
Well, it was a slight situation like this. It was a rain delay. I'm sitting in my bus watching a movie. I hadn't ate lunch or anything yet, and all of a sudden they're like, 30 minutes, green flag. I'm like, what? And so I ran out there, and then we're sitting in the car for an hour, and then it's the second longest race of the year, 400 miles. So, to lose it with 4 miles to go, 2 laps, I was very frustrated. Let's just hope that doesn't happen again. But I think we have a good shot. Obviously, I think that, like I said, my oval racing's getting better and more aggressive, and definitely at Michigan you have to be aggressive, because if you lift, just a crack on the throttle. I'm looking at all the information and data we collect on the computer, and it shows me coming out of pit lane, and if I have one little lift just coming out of pit lane, I lose the group, and it's incredibly detrimental, I think, to lift here at all. So the aggression will hopefully pay off.
You've certainly had an amazing season of your own, with 2 third-place finishes, your best career finish, and the last race at Mid-Ohio, your best road course finish ever in 5th. So you're working on your own race, still looking for that first win, but how much responsibility do you personally feel as teammate to Dario Franchitti to keep being in a position to help him gain more points on Scott Dixon?
Well, there are aspects to having a multi-car team and having a bunch of teammates that work together, and so no win will ever be taken away from the driver and the team. But other than that, yeah, we need to do what we can do for each other. I think that's part of the aspect of teammates, and you just have to know that if you ever help, that it is, one day it's going to come back to you too. So there's definitely not like team orders of exactly what to do, and there's nothing that we do to other drivers, but it's just, you just help each other where you can, and that's all part of it. It's happening with every other team too, I'm sure.
Now guys, I'm going to make sure this girl goes and gets some lunch this year before they tell her the green flag's coming. Here we go.
All right, stay dry, guys. Thanks a lot. As we're getting ready to take another break. A.J. Foyt had another eventful week. If you haven't heard, he's lucky to be here in Michigan. We'll explain when we come back. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday as we head to Kentucky for the Kentucky IndyCar 300. You'll see it at 6:30 Eastern Time on ESPN2 as we continue our rain delay here at Michigan International Speedway. Second year in a row that we've been sort of socked by the weather, and it was perfect the last couple of days, and they have been extremely dry here.